Hey guys, it's Alex back here, and we got a new attack strategy. This obviously has been done before, but we are using a farming attack strategy. And one of the cool things about farming is that really everyone has their own little tweak to it. I like to bring a couple giants as meat shields, and then I bring goblins, archers, and barbarians in equal amounts. Some people do it differently. They will do all archers, or they will do all barbarians, archers and barbarians, only goblins. There's a million um, different compositions that work for this strategy. But I'm really going to tell you why I think that this strategy at least makes the most sense. I don't know if it works the best because I truthfully haven't tried every strategy in the world, but I think it makes the most sense. So let's just get into it. Right, here's our first trade, and this is going to be really just me telling you the mechanics of the strategy and when you should drop what. And I'll actually probably talk about what you would do if you had other strategies, or other farming compositions, that is. So you drop a couple of barbarians in the front just to take damage for long enough that the archers can take out um, the pumps and mines on the inside. So, and you try to drop the archers pretty far back because you don't want the splash damage from the mortar to hit the archers, like it did right there. But this is the edge of the map, so I can't really do anything about putting them farther back. So I know this base isn't the best, but I am not raiding at the optimal time right now. The optimal time would probably be anywhere from about 9 o'clock to 6 in the morning. It's when most people in the U.S. are in bed, so their mines and pumps have been collecting for a while, so they're pretty full. And that's really how this strategy works. You are supposed to just sort of let their pumps fill up because pumps give you a higher percentage of their loot than storages do. And when a person is offline, their pumps are still filling up. Does that make sense? So the longer a person is offline, the more money you're going to make, not the less. Because, like, I know when I first joined the game, I was like, oh man, this person hasn't been on it forever. He's not going to have raided and he's not going to have any loot. And then he did. And I was like, whoa, what happened? So that's what's happening there. The mines are still collecting even though they aren't on the game. So that's basically the it's not a glitch. I mean, obviously it's not a glitch, but that's the principle that this works off of. Okay, so looking at the raid, we did take out all the mines and pumps, and we didn't really get a lot. So I'm gonna go up through the top and try and take out that gold storage. And this will happen. Sometimes you'll misjudge if the mines and pumps are full, and you won't get as much as you thought. You'll probably still pay for the army composition just because it's a super cheap army composition. But you won't get as much as you probably would have liked. Looking at the base, there's nothing that I can really do at this point. He has 2 gold storages and 4 elixir storages, and all of them have splash damage in them, so I couldn't try and drop my barbarians to get inside. I could try and drop two lightning spells and then try and get inside, but there's other one shot defenses around them, so that probably wouldn't work. So I think I'm just going to end it here. Alright, so obviously this is not a super high level raid, and the loot is not super high level at all, but it does display the principle of farming and what you need to do. So I hope that you can really understand that and know that if you were doing this in real life and you were at the perfect trophy range, you would be getting hundreds of thousands of gold, probably upwards of 300,000 gold. I've gotten raids over 600,000 each. I mean, it's just insane. But it really just depends on what trophy level you're at, and I am definitely not at a trophy level where I can farm. So this is going to be more displaying the mechanics and less actually getting the loot. But let's go not on there. Let's go on to our next trade. My bad. Hey guys, this is our first trade, and this is really what farming is all about: finding pumps that are just filled to the brim. So we're going to definitely take advantage of this. This is really displaying really how many resources you can get by using this strategy, because this is 100% a strategy raid. I will definitely not get 3 stars, 2 stars, or even 1 star on this base. I'm going to get 0 stars. I'm probably going to lose trophies, but that's not what I care about. I care about getting the resources. If you're going for the trophies, don't use this strategy. But anyway, let's go over what this strategy is as far as my composition. I bring goblins so that if you have different like collectors and pumps behind buildings that you don't want to have to attack, you can just drop the goblins to get in. And I bring barbarians as sort of like a light meat shield. They can take a lot of damage, but they can't take as much as like giants or anything. So don't use them if you have like single shot things that are going to be a problem. Then you want to use giants. But if it's just a mortar sort of problem, you can always just drop some of these barbarians and they will take a couple mortar shots for you. Alright, so looking at the base, we've taken all of the elixir and we still have 3 more gold mines. So sometimes this does happen where you don't get all the resources, but I think that we can at least get most of them. And a lot of this is just being sneaky with placing. If you sort of spread them out, you're more likely to get the resources. That's just how this game works. So what I see here is this mortar is definitely going to be able to lock onto me, but this wizard tower won't. Over here, the wizard tower can. So I'm going to drop all of these, and we'll see if I can stay out of range of that mortar and the wizard tower. And it looks like my troops are going to be stupid, but that happens. Anyway, this is why we bring the lightning spells. Lightning spells are great for when you run out of troops, but there's still a lot of resources left. As you can see, that got me quite a bit. Alright, so looking at the results, we got almost 400,000 resources, and obviously we lost trophies, but as you guys know now, that is not what we are worrying about. Hey, alright, so I'm back here with our 3rd raid, and as you can see, this guy has left his elixir storages out. I suspect it's on purpose because he doesn't have any elixir upgrades left to do, but I don't really care why he's doing it, because I'm going to take his elixir, so let's go here. And this raid, I really wanted to talk about the mechanics behind it, and not really just the mechanics behind it in general, but the mechanics behind using this exact strategy. I know a lot of people use different strategies, but I truthfully 100% believe that this is the best, and I'm going to tell you why. Alright, so some people just bring archers, and I think that that is a very foolhardy way to do this, because if you bring just archers and they have like really any splash damage in the area, you're going to have to expend a lot more archers. So it's smarter just to bring some barbarians or giants to help absorb that damage. As you can see here, I have some clan castle troops I need to deal with. But other than that, another strategy that people use is barbarians and archers, and I think that that's very good. But I do like using a few goblins in there, because goblins can get different resource buildings that are behind regular buildings that that things like archers and barbarians would have to go through before they got to the resource buildings. So like right here you see this elixir storage is behind this army camp. If I dropped a barbarian right here, it would go for that normal building and it would probably just die. If I dropped a goblin over here, see, it runs straight to that elixir storage. So that's why I think you should bring at least a couple goblins. And then my reason for bringing all these, or some of these giants, is because giants are really good at taking single hit damage. I use my barbarians for taking mortar damage, and I use my giants for taking single hit damage. And that's pretty much it. I mean, to me, it just makes sense. You think about what you need when you're raiding, and then you pick one unit for each of those needs. So, like, For resource collection, I have goblins. For range, I have archers. For single hit defenses, I have giants. For splash damage defenses, I have barbarians, and then for wall breaking, I have my barb king. And that's really just sort of how I go about it. I just think about each thing that I need to have when I'm raiding, and then I just sort of, I don't know, come up with an army that fits each of those needs. So looking at the raid here, he took all of the elixir and I guess a little bit of the gold. I don't think he had much to begin with. But we didn't have to use giants here because we never got low enough on troops that we were worried about the single hit damage. But yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty good raid. I really just wanted to talk to you about the army composition, and I wasn't really worried about the raid. So that's that. Let's go home here, and let's talk about other strategies that you guys want to see. So I have done the giant healer wizard strategy. That view got a ton of attention. You guys really liked it up. You guys commented on it. I think that's great. It sounds like you guys are really liking this series, so I'm going to continue to do it. And I've also been thinking about maybe doing like some homegrown strategies. Like what if we had 10 wizards and 10 healers? Like what would happen? I just sort of want to come up with some new strategies that maybe haven't been seen a lot on YouTube and that I think could work really well. I don't really know if that one's good or not, but I think that we should really talk about that. So you guys drop a comment about what you want to see, and I will be sure to get back to you on that. And that's it. Alex out.